Hello everybody, welcome back to the workshop. So in this video we are going to be taking and forging, or rather grinding, a small straight butcher. So as you can see, I already have this piece forged out. This is part of a collective series. It's a playlist series that I've done around a bunch of chase tooling, and I've skipped over the forging part for this video because it was a bit redundant, as basically all the tools, unless otherwise notated, are forged the same. Basically drawing out a taper to the rough size that you need, and then it's the grinding that makes the tool interesting. So that's where we're at right now. So first things first, you're going to want to true up your tool the best you can. And yes, I know my grinder is wobbling all over the place. It's been needing some tender love and care for a while, and as you can tell, I'm working with like a half a belt, so just bear with me. As I was reviewing this footage, I'm like, man, that shakiness is really annoying, but again, like I said, just bear with me for this video. So we want to take and true up the side and basically all the planes on this. This was forged fairly cleanly, or to size, so it won't require as much grinding as something else, you know, that is really roughly forged or chopped up there. So it pays to spend a little extra time at the anvil and forge cleanly if you can. So once we get all the sides trued up, we're going to take and grind a 60-degree bevel on one leading edge. That's kind of the value of a butcher tool. A butcher tool is unlike regular chisels. A chisel has two edges, or two leading edges, so it's got a central ridge, as you would think of like a regular chisel, as where a butcher is meant to push material to one direction or another. So in the case of a straight butcher, it's going to push it to either the left or the right, depending on how you have the tool facing. That's where the material is going to upheave to. And then it can be planished down later to leave a ridge exposed, or maybe a central vein, things like that. So that's the value of taking and having a straight butcher. Now, in the playlist series, we have everything from convex butchers to concave butchers, and a whole lot of different good stuff there. Forging eyeball tools, you know, eyeball punches, round punches, squares. We have just about everything in that playlist section, so if you haven't checked that out, I highly suggest you do that. And that's a great way of supporting the channel and becoming a channel sponsor, is by watching the content here and sharing it around with your friends if you found it helpful. So as you can see, I started with a fairly steep angle to start with to grind this, and now I'm grinding down that steep angle back to where I need it to be, which is a much shallower angle. Now, each one of these tools that I've made, I made with this. Each one of the butchers that I have made with different pitches. So you don't have to just stay at a 60-degree pitch. You could, on the butcher, you could go 30 degrees on one, 60 degrees on another. You could do, you know, 45 degrees on one, and those will all help you with certain reach issues that you may encounter when you're doing any sort of chasing work into hot steel. I have quite a few projects this year coming up that I will be using these tools on exclusively, and I'm going to be referencing this playlist. So be on the lookout for those. So as you can see, we're just taking and grinding off the chamfers here. So basically where we're going to be forging, where we forged this piece, it was just flat across the back, and then, you know, it was just raw cut material. Now we need to take and grind 45-degree bevels, roughly, or create like as if you were to turn something from square to round in forging, where you would put the flats, or you turn it up on octagon. Well, that's basically what we're doing here. And as we grind this tool, we're going to rotate and try to keep it all even all the way around, because we want that central hit focus, or that kinetic energy, to be pointed right at the very crest of wherever we're hitting. The other reason why we're going to be grinding this to a round or more of a dome shape is that it allows us to angle this butcher and still have the path of energy flow through the tool to the workpiece, even if you tilt the tool over ever so slightly. If you just have a flat across the top and just alleviate the edges a little bit, what will happen is that the tool will have a tendency to buck, so it'll want to go to the left or to the right when you hit it on the opposite corner. So having a nice radius back in on this tool is really ideal. So yeah, so that's basically it for this. As you can see, there's not a whole lot to making these tools. You can make up as many as you like. There's no magic here. Once all these tools are ground, I will be doing a heat treating. That's in the playlist, so it'll be a big bulk heat treat of all these tools all at once. It's just so we can take care of that, and we can eliminate some redundancy there as well. And yeah, so there you have it. That is a straight butcher. I want to just take and say thank you for watching this video, and as always, God bless you, and we'll catch you on the next one.